Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to my travel around the world with a digital business series. It's my honor to have Esther with me today. And Esther is actually Malaysian and she is just across the border, which we can freely travel to before the travel restriction. But I really, really, really miss Malaysia a lot because that's where I go up the mountain and meditate.
You should. We have a lot of greens here.
Yeah, and I really miss that. Okay, so let's welcome Esther and let Esther introduce herself to the audience today.
Thank you, Janice. So I'm actually very honored that Janice from Singapore, she's actually interviewing me on this journey of mine. So my name is Esther. I am from Malaysia. Originally, I'm from Sarawak, but I moved to Penang because my husband is from Penang. I last year I turned from a full-time working mother to a stay-at-home mother. So there are many reasons. So later I will share a bit more about myself. But if I were to put it in front, I'm afraid that Janice might not have any chance to interview me after. Yeah, so that's about it for now.
Okay, so maybe you share with us how did you get to know about this digital business that both of us are in?
Okay. So to be honest, right, I have never thought of starting my own business in that sense because my husband had a tuition center. So when I saw how he had to manage his own physical business, I told him that we will never ever run a business again. So how did I actually come to know about this business, right? Is when last year we decided that it's time for me to focus on our children. It's 2 years of being at home, and I realized that for the past 5 years or so, we have been ignoring our children, basically giving them to somebody else to take care, but we have been trying to earn more money, kind of thing. So during that 2 years, it was a wake up call for both of us because we see that we are not close to them, they are not close to us, and the only thing that we have to deal with is to scream to each other in order to get things across. Yeah. So when I made that decision, I also know that financial commitment is something that I need to consider as well. So that's why I know that we have to work online. Basically, we can't go out to work. So the only thing that I can consider is going online. So I actually found out about this business through an advertisement in Facebook. It came the first time and I kind of ignored it because I'm like, what's this? Okay, never mind. Then when it come up again, then I decided to just why not just check it out, see what it is. Anyway, I'm looking for opportunities, so I just want to see what it is lah. So that's how I come to find out about this business. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, same approach. I saw the first time, and then I just keep past it. Then the second time, I actually check on it. Like I send inquiry and ask, hey, what was it about? And then you find out more. So I was actually at the uh, uh, brim of almost dying to for a change.
Yours is dying for a change. Mine is I need to find something.
And yeah, desperate. That time was really desperate. Like it's like desperate housewife. The kind of needs, the kind of need is different.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. Actually, wait. I show comment. I actually have Iris with us. Hi, Iris. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, nice to see
Okay.
you.
Hi. Okay. So, uh, then you get to know about it. So, what makes you take the next step to, which is, we keep telling people to take action, right? So what makes you take action to this digital business?
Okay, for myself that time, okay, this is what I did lah. That I was just looking for opportunities. So I basically explored and researched about every opportunities that I think is not a scam. So I researched and checked out about it lah. So this one was one of the one that actually stood out. Reason being that I don't have to sell anything. That was the first thing that attracted me. I don't have to sell anything because I've been in the financial industry whereby I have to push things to people subtly or upfront. So that was something that really got to me after a few years. Then I'm like, no way, I'm not going into something like, even if I'm desperate for money, I'm not going into it anymore. So when this business actually showed up and I researched about it and I asked about it and I checked about it, I don't have to do that. That was the first thing that really got me interested. And after that, I find out more, and there is mentor and coach available as well. That was something that was very appealing for me because I know that if I am to start any business, I need somebody to be there, somebody who has been there, somebody who is able to guide me to success. And who else is better than somebody who has reached that stage? So mentor and coaches was something that was I was looking for also, not just for business, okay, it's also in life. Because I realized that after so many years, almost 1 decade of working, I basically lost myself in working. So throughout that researching about this business, I found out that this business is not purely about earning income or just trying to chase that what do you call it? Chase the money that we want. But it is also about building ourselves, growing ourselves. And that is something very important if I were to choose to be a stay-at-home mother, because I will basically be going around my children, and if I do not have anything that keep me sane and growing, I know that I will lose myself in as a stay-at-home mother as well. So yeah, that was something that appealed to me.
Yeah, later I share what my kid just asked me just now, just just before this interview. And I think when I started to before I joined this business, I mean the attraction point is also, you don't have to sell anything. Then that is also one of the skeptical point that people, the traditional thinking, right? You don't sell
Yes.
things, how you get earning, right?
Yeah.
So that is very typical of so far the inquiries that came in, But then we have actually experienced it because we actually stepped into this business to find out how to start this business, and
Correct.
according to the training that was guided, right? we
Yes.
are we are not to the successful stage that we supposed to be successful, but we are halfway there,
We will
you
be.
know yeah. And I mean, taking the first step into this business is already stepping into your success,
Yes.
right? And I've also like inquiries coming back, they asked before, and then they come back and ask before, they come back and ask again. So actually, the point is, you don't come in and step in for yourself. You're not taking action. You'll always be asking. Then nothing can be changed, right?
Correct. What you do is just surveying. So when
Yeah,
you cannot make up that mind to find out what you want to do, is just survey. And what you actually are looking for when you survey is often the salary, or so-called the wages that they offer. And that is a very dangerous thing, really.
yeah, correct. So then that mindset of, okay, I wanted to use or make use of this platform to cover the loss of income that I choose to let go, because I actually quit from a higher paid salary to a lower salary because I wanted to have more time with at home, and and better man my health. But after joining in this business, right, like you said, it's not just about earning. It's not just about getting the extra money, but there's a lot of self development that I picked up from this business. Not only that, for the past 2 years, I didn't even get to travel, but I managed to know so many people globally.
Yeah, that's the other one that I've always wanted to travel, okay, but due to limitations of certain reasons, also I can't really travel. But because of this business, I get to know you, I get to know people from Australia, I get to know people from Canada. It's like traveling the world virtually.
Correct. So that is why, it made me do this travel around the world series, especially for December, because previously December is a year that we travel around, and I personally really like cold weather, and usually at year end we will go to somewhere cold, right? So for the past 2 years, it's just rain and shine, rain and shine.
somebody miss traveling. I think many people actually miss traveling.
Okay, yeah. So, what changes do you see in yourself? I think you shared a bit just now, but then maybe elaborate
Mm.
more after you join in this business.
Okay, what changes? I would put it more to my lifestyle lah. Previously, when I was working every morning 6 a.m., I basically carry or drag both kids out of the house. So now I can go out at about 7:30. So I am very thankful because I know my children do not have enough sleep on. So when when this kind of thing, because I work shift also before this, so it's like sleep at 11 o'clock, 6 a.m., drag them out, sometimes even without brushing teeth. That was something that I feel something is very wrong there, but I just can't get out of it until after that 2 years of being with them. Lah. So, in terms of changes, kids' lifestyle was something that really changes for me. And because of that, I'm also able to calm down a bit. Basically, every day I was rushing here and there, rushing here and there. I don't even get to calm down except while I sleep. And when I sleep, also there's anxiety because there's a work issue and thinking about, oh, my kids, how are at school? There's no time to even care about them. That was something that hit me. Lah. So this was the change, the major change that I want to achieve, and I managed to do it after I joined this business and also quitting my job. And the other one, of course, is loving myself more because I say like, oh, previously already a weekend also got shift. Where got time for myself, and with young kids, right? Actually, we don't have time for ourselves. One, it's understandable, but we do crave for it, and if we don't have that time for ourselves, we will really feel lost, not just lost, but also feel depressed. So I felt depressed. I'm just saying that I felt depressed. I am not in depression mode, but I felt depressed, and there's no one to talk to that time. So after joining this business, I am able to sort out as myself more. So I really learned to care about myself, to find out what I'm thinking rather than being forced to think in a certain way, just to make sure that they are going according to the norm, like what society expect kind of thing. So it's good for my children because we can communicate more rather than that 4 hours that we have previously, which is eat, sleep, and bathe. That's it. So that's a good thing, I feel. Children and me. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I agree with you. Like, when we have a full time, when we are in a full time job, I think we dedicate most of the time to the job, and we kind of like set our family as secondary.
Mm.
You know, so I said I wanted to share something. Right, my kid actually came and asked me, "Mommy, when are you going to have your 1 month break?" I was like, "Where got 1 month break?" So in Singapore, it's their school holiday now, right? So they are actually having their school break. Their 1 month, their 1 month.
Okay.
So they came and
Malaysia
asked
only
me,
starts 2 weeks later.
yeah. So when are you going to have your 1 month break? So yesterday she actually went to her friend's house, and the friend's parents is actually a teacher. So the teacher's break is according to the school holiday, right? So different
Mm.
parents, different kind of lifestyle. So then I say,
Mm.
no, mommy doesn't get my 1 month break. Huh? Why you don't
Must
get
be
your?
so sad.
Yeah. So it's like you can feel
Yeah.
their desire to be
Disappointment.
with you.
Yeah.
They how much they want to be with you. Although it's school holiday now, they wish that you can do more things with them. But
Mm.
because we probably couldn't have that. I mean,
Freedom
for us,
to.
we couldn't have that. I mean, for me, yeah, I can't have that time flexibility now. But the
Mm.
potential of this business is that it will eventually bring you to that time, uh,
That
the
stage.
time freedom that you want
Mm.
when you put in the effort to grow this business.
Mm.
But
Yes.
the promising is there is about you to be able to achieve it.
Yes.
And I think like all legit business, you will definitely need to put the effort in grooming your business. But how somehow this digital business make it easier is that you don't have to sell anything, you don't have to go to the store, you don't have to
Mm.
manage any
Operation.
product movement or shipping.
Mm.
All you do is stay online and the, and the system run for you. That's so easy. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward, because I have a plan now, which previously I
Mm.
don't have. So these plans actually, keep you
Motivated.
motivated
Going towards.
about the future. In
Yeah.
the past, I mean, before I had this business, I never thought about, next year or the year after. It's about, okay, lor, wait for bonus. After bonus, wait for increment. After increment, wait for bonus again, Then if company bad, I don't know got bonus or not,
No,
So
later no bonus that time you're like, "Aiyo, why lah?"
yeah, so the mindset change and the approach towards how I felt about my future totally changed.
Yeah, there's hope, But when we worked that time, the only hope was bonus. Good KPI, I get my bonus. But
Yeah,
here there is hope as long as you're willing to put in effort. You know that this belongs to you, this future belongs to you and your family. That's the most important thing.
correct.
Mm.
Okay. So I go to my last question before we end. What do you want to share with our audience today? Mm, like to
Okay.
share with.
Wow. Tough question. Okay. Since it's December, right? I actually joined this business end of December, the last day of December. Yeah, so I think since it's December, let me just put it this way lah. For once in your life, just take charge of your life, explore the online space because you know that online is the future. So change your life, your family's life as well. You wouldn't know what awaits you at the end of that journey. As one person actually said, and I quite agree with this sentence, at the very least, you learn something new. At the very best, it changed your life. Correct?
Very good. Yeah, correct. So, end of the day is really about taking action, right? I mean, if you just watch and do nothing, you'll still be the same as it is.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you try, well, there's hope when you try. But if you don't try, it's just stagnant, lor.
Correct. Yeah, we are the decision is in our hands at the end of the day. So if you have that dream or you feel that you're just not doing anything useful in your life, come here and check out. I believe that you're definitely doing something useful.
Yeah. That's the transformation I see myself. I mean, this digital business will somehow path you to the way that you live your life more meaningfully,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
Despite the income, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look. So that's what I believe that this business can actually help everybody. But the person has to be willing lah. If it's not willing, we can talk until the cow comes home.
Correct.
There's nothing that will change lah.
I can talk until the star right in front of you, but if you don't take the star, the star is still with me.
Correct. So it's always about our own self one. If we want to change, the road also you can create. I tell you.
Right. Thank you very much for Esther.
Thank you so much, Alice.
My neighboring country that I'm longing to go
We
to.
will meet each other, okay?
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to meet you one day, either here or the other end.
Yeah, either end lah.
Okay, so in my travel around the world series with a digital business, I'm still scheduling either this Sunday or Monday. I'm working with a business partner that is very far away, all the way to the other end, the other side of the world, which is USA. Yeah, once I schedule the time and date, I will post it on my page. And if
Looking
you
forward.
are watching our interview today and you are interested to know more, you can check out using our link that is stated here. Just reach out to us, either me or Esther, and then we will connect with you. Right? Thank you
Thank
again,
you.
Esther.
Thank you, everybody.
Time.
Bye bye.
Bye.